and it went horribly wrong. I was here for an hour. It was coming up with alarm code. It said the same thing. It's a problem with the switch. So right, I'm going to have to try and push it back to the van. That's a 10 mile. We're 10 miles from that. So experimenting, trying to make these videos a little bit better. I'm trying a new microphone out. I've been using the one that came with it. I got in the Casso Brave 7 action cam. It's a budget thing, and I'm trying to make the best of it really. So I've got the purple Panda. I'm going to try that and see how we get on with that. It's slightly smaller, easier to position, and hopefully there's a bit more tone to it. But the main problem I'm having, and I don't know if this is going to help at all, is like peaking. And I think that's the Casso. It's got no adjustments for the audio input, so I think I might be fighting a losing battle with this camera, but we'll see. So I'm going to give this a go. People seem to like it. It's cheap enough that if it doesn't work, it's not going to upset me too much. But the mic lead that come with my Casso, I cut that down because it's same with the purple Panda. They give you like acres of lead, which you just don't need. So if this works, that'll be the first thing I do. I'll probably cut a foot off it. But yeah, I won't know until I start editing this. Okay, so this is with the mic put up a little higher. It's right near the top of the cheek pad and pointing up rather than horizontal. And I've got to remember, I don't need to compete with an engine for sound. So this hopefully won't be as peaky as that first test was. Oh, as you heard, awful. And what I've got to try and do is not shout to overcome the engine that isn't there. It's kind of force of habit. Not that I ever used to record when I was riding bikes anyway, but you've got this psychological thing that there's a noise you've got to compete with. And the microphone's only like an inch away from my face anyway, so it's not like we've got an awful lot of noise to overcome. Got the visor up. Let's see if there's any wind noise. So this low speed stuff, it shouldn't be too bad. I think it'll be on the road, but that's not really what I'm about. I hate the road stuff. This is off-road, this thing's great. On the road, it's like riding a moped. It's just sort of 30-40 mile an hour, which are kind of, it's a good thing because that's what you insure it as. Right, concentrate, game face. Look at that view. That's cool. This definitely is a beautiful part of the country, I tell you. think the tone of this mic is better, from what I heard. The other one was really tinny. So as long as this doesn't peak, its form factor is more easily adaptable. It's probably half the diameter. And the sound seems to be a bit more, I'd say, realistic, I want, for a better word. Not as tinny. So hopefully I've got that peaking under control just by shifting the mic position. What's this? I think this is the top. So yesterday I came up to do the first test of this, and it went horribly wrong. I literally got to here, and I was here for a couple of minutes, and it wouldn't start. When I went to go for a drink. There you go, that's better. Let's put a stand down there. Went to have a drink, and it just wouldn't go. The ready button wouldn't come on. I was here for an hour. It was coming up with alarm code 117, and basically that's the stand down, which I knew. So I'm focused on the stand. I rung Suron, and they basically said the same thing. It's a problem with the switch. It might be gritting it, so try working it backwards and forwards, which I tried, it didn't work. And then if you take this cover off, sump guard or bash plate, whatever you want to call it, the connector for the that's coming out there. The connector for the stand is in there, amongst others. So I took it off, and it's a normally closed, sorry. So when you put the stand down, you break the circuit. So what you have to do is you have to bridge the wires. Now luckily I had my camera bag with me, and a bit of copper, but it just didn't work. Whatever I did wouldn't do it, wouldn't turn on. So what was happening, you turn this on, and then where the trip is, when you go to start it, comes up with alarm code 117. Right, see, alarm code 117 when you've got it in trip mode, which is another weird thing. If there's an alarm, you can't see the trip, rather than put it somewhere else. It's not like there's a lot of real estate there, but alarm 117, put the side stand up, goes away. Now you can press the ready button, comes on, we're good to go. Right, simple so far. Put the stand down, alarm 117, press the ready button, it won't go. Okay, so alarm 117, side stand, put the side stand up, alarm 117, it won't go away. Press the ready button, it won't go. We can't go anywhere. Someone in their infinite wisdom, when they were assigning codes, rather than have 117 for one thing, it's actually two things. It's the side stand, which is what I found online when I quickly googled it. There's a better signal up here, but it's also that. See, watch, 117 gone. Put it in ready, and away we go. Oh my god. I was here for an hour taking it apart. Right, I then decided, I gave up. I said, right, I'm going to have to try and push it back to the van. That's we're 10 miles from that. So I pushed it up here. These aren't designed for pushing, these boots. Got up to the top there, I thought this is going to be awful. Started rolling down the hill, and I literally just looked across and thought, that doesn't look right. Flicked it, pressed the ready button, it came on, and I rode it, turned around, came back again. But yeah, pilot error. But in my defence, whose idea was that, why not give this 118 and that 117? So at least you stand a chance. Right, this is a mic test video anyway, so it's not going to be too long. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Just had a motorbike go past, which is the first. It wasn't hanging around either. Look at this, what a spot. Not a bad place to be on a Wednesday lunchtime. To summarise this purple Panda, I think the tone's better. The Acasos camera was a bit tinny for my liking, and it's only when you listen to them back to back that you can notice there's a much more realistic tone to this one, but it still peaks. And I think the only way around that is to invest in a new camera, because this has got no audio controls. You can't adjust the gain or anything like that. So I'm going to keep it. I prefer it. It's easier to deal with. It's smaller form factor, so it's easier to hide and sneak out the way. The first time I used it, I had to adjust it because the sound was terrible. I've moved it up out the way now, which that's a little bit better, but it still peaks a little bit. You still have to watch yourself when you talk. You can't talk naturally. You have to monitor your volume, if you know what I mean, which is a bit weird. But however, I think the next thing, or the next upgrade from the audio side of this, will be a decent camera. Insta maybe, but we'll see. Need some subscribers for that. So on that subject, if you could help me out by liking and subscribing, help me grow this channel, and I'll see you on the next one.